vanished, and were now white-collar ex-felons. They'd overcome society's stigma as well as their own guilt to redeem themselves and earn a second chance. It still surprised her that after several years, the club was still going strong. They'd skipped meeting this month only because the majority couldn't make it, but the members had already chosen the next book for discussion. Hollis was looking forward to getting together. The phone rang, and Tiffany dashed out into the lobby to answer. Hollis went back to arranging files in the cabinet.
"Hollis?"
Tiffany called from her desk.
"It's for you. I put the call through to your line. That blinking light is yours."
Hollis picked up the phone.
"Miss Morgan,"
she heard.
"This is Odelia Larson. I work for Matthias Bell as his personal secretary."
The voice was stern and clipped. "Yes, Odelia, I recognize your voice." Hollis smiled to herself. Odelia Larson refused to give up the formality of using her full name, even though they had met several times. Odelia insisted on calling her Ms. Morgan, and feeling contrary, Hollis insisted on calling Odelia Larson Odelia.
"I called to inform you that Mr. Bell passed away on Saturday."
"Oh." Hollis leaned back in her chair. "What happened?"
"It was a heart attack. He went into the hospital on Saturday afternoon. It didn't take long."
Odelia lowered her voice.
"I have the death certificate from the hospital. What time can we expect you?"
"Pardon me, expect me for what?" Odelia hesitated, and for the first time since Hollis had known her, she seemed uncertain how to proceed.
He left a note for you. Well, not for you. He left a note for me to tell you where to find his instructions for carrying out his wishes."
Her words were halting. She took in a full gulp of air. Hollis glanced at the wall clock. "I can be there at 11. Does that work for you?"
Yes, that will be fine."
Hollis's brow wrinkled. Matthias Bell wasn't one of her favorite people. She'd inherited him from Avery Mitchell, a senior attorney she'd been assigned to when she first came to work at Triple D. He'd been passed on to George Ravel when Avery left, and now, she realized, he was her client. As a paralegal, she'd met Bell a few times. His secretive manner had amused her but irritated her bosses. She'd only spoken with him briefly since she'd become an attorney, and that was to prepare an amendment to his trust. He'd been transferring a small parcel of real estate, but he'd bombarded her with questions filled with such suspicion it was only after she reminded him that he'd come to her that he backed down. The last time she'd seen him was almost 2 years ago. Within a few minutes, Hollis was able to pick over the moving boxes and locate his client folder. Matthias Bell was 84 years old. He was a wealthy man as a result of a modest inheritance from his parents, who both died when he was 40. Successful investments, since they appeared to have given him the financial security and a cushion to own a mini mansion in San Francisco. Then there was a condo in Chicago, a house in the Caymans, a small yacht, and miscellaneous land holdings scattered throughout the states. He wasn't frail, but his history of a bad heart had slowed him down, and lately he'd mostly stayed at home. She flipped through the file to the pages of the trust. It wasn't a complicated document. Bell left the bulk of his estate to his remaining relatives, a much younger sister in Iowa, and a niece, who resided in the Bay Area. She noticed the time in the Midwest and pulled out the contact sheet to get in touch with his sister. After several rings, a woman picked up. Gloria Bell Haver's response to her brother's death was cool. "Matt and I weren't close. I haven't seen him in, I guess 10 years. His heart, huh? It was never good." There was a rustle of what sounded like the newspaper. "Fortunately, I have my own money, because I would hate to have to count on him. Is there a lot of paperwork? Can my attorney..."